I'm Michael Norman, and this is John Trummer, and we're attorneys at the Law Office of Barton Morris in Royal Oak, Michigan. And today we're going to be discussing OWI expungement laws in Michigan. Recently, Governor Whitmer added OWI to the list of expungible crimes under the new clean slate laws that were passed this year. The new OWI expungement law goes into effect February 19th of 2022, and it allows people who have been convicted of a first OWI conviction to have that conviction expunged. An OWI, or operating while intoxicated charge, commonly known in some states as a DUI, is the same thing. It covers operating while intoxicated offenses, operating while visibly impaired offenses, or any other offense involving a motor vehicle while impaired by either alcohol or a controlled substance. Like any law, there are exceptions to the eligibility for expungement. One of those exceptions is it does not apply to someone who was operating a commercial vehicle when they obtained the conviction. There is a waiting period that must be passed prior to applying for the expungement. But this is new and exciting, and it's something that will benefit a lot of people going forward. John, we've been getting a lot of calls about the OWI expungement law already, even though it doesn't go into effect till February. What are some of the questions people have about OWI expungements?
Yeah, so first off, they're asking a lot about what is an expungement and how does the process work?
Well, an expungement is a process by which a conviction can be removed from your criminal record. That means that anyone searching as far as jobs, apartments, schools, educational institutions, anyone who looks your record up will not see that there has been a conviction. It'll be removed from your record. The effect of that means that as far as employment goes, as far as looking for apartments and other opportunities, you can now say that you do not have that conviction for all intents and purposes. The process by which you get an expungement is an application is submitted to the court where you had the conviction, a hearing is held, and a judge will determine whether or not you are a good candidate to have your conviction removed. In the case of an OWI conviction, a judge can inquire into any rehabilitation or educational programs you may have undertaken, as well as your potential to commit another crime in the future. Another part of the OWI law, which is unique to OWI expungements, is the judges at the hearing are not limited to the record that was created at the time the offense was committed, which means that a judge can inquire as to the facts and circumstances of the event that led to the conviction before choosing to grant the expungement.
You mentioned a waiting period. What is the waiting period for an OUI and how do waiting periods work?
A waiting period for an OWI expungement conviction is 5 years from the end of your sentence. If that sentence is jail time, then you have to wait 5 years from being released before you can apply. If it's a probation sentence, you have to wait until your probation has been terminated and count the 5 years from that date. That also includes the payment of any fines or other conditions that are a requirement of your sentence. Those will have to be completed before you can start counting the 5-year waiting period.
Does it matter whether a person's convicted of operating while impaired, operating while intoxicated, or has a second offense?
It does. Operating while intoxicated, operating while visibly impaired are both considered first OWI offenses, and so you can only have one of those offenses to be eligible for expungement. A second offense of either intoxicated or visibly impaired will make you ineligible to apply for an expungement.
What if my other OUI conviction is not in the state of Michigan, but I got it somewhere else?
With an OWI expungement, out-of-state convictions are counted towards your number of convictions. So a second conviction out of state will also make you ineligible to apply for an expungement.
Does it matter if I have convictions that aren't drunk driving offenses?
That also matters. The OWI expungement law is still subject to the other requirements of the expungement statute, meaning that if you have more than 3 felonies, you're not eligible for an expungement. However, if you have fewer than 3 felonies, or 3 or fewer felonies, and any number of misdemeanors, you would still be eligible.
Does it matter whether there was an accident involved in the OUI conviction?
An accident doesn't necessarily matter. An accident itself doesn't make you ineligible to apply for an expungement. However, if there was a serious injury as a result of that accident, or if there was a death as a result of that accident, that would make you ineligible.
How will I know if my drunk driving or other convictions are eligible for expungement?
In order to know whether or not your charge is eligible for expungement, you should have an attorney review your criminal history, look at the entire record, and make a determination as to whether or not you are eligible to have your charge expunged. That's something that our firm will do for you for no cost.
Once I retain you, how long will it take to get a hearing?
A hearing for an OWI expungement is subject to the availability of the court. Hearings can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And so the earlier you apply, the better, especially in this situation where a new law has come into effect. We just saw it with the previous expungement rules that there's going to be a large number of applications, people who are excited to get this removed from their record. And so the earlier that you apply, the sooner your hearing will occur, and the sooner you can get it removed from your record.
If I get a hearing, will I have to go to court, or is that something you guys can do for me?
You will have to attend the hearing as well. And the judge has the opportunity to ask you questions about what you've been doing since the conviction, as well as the facts and circumstances of the conviction itself. And so it's something that an attorney will prepare you for and attend the hearing with you so that you are prepared to answer all the questions that are presented to you in the best way possible to get the outcome that you desire.
Is it expensive to hire a lawyer?
It's expensive not to have a driver's license. It's expensive to have a OWI conviction on your record. Statistics have shown that someone with a criminal record is less easily employed and is employed at a lower income level. And so the cost of an expungement is relatively low in comparison to the cost of having the conviction on your record.
If I get my conviction expunged from my criminal record, will it also come off my driving record?
The Michigan expungement rule concerning OWIs only removes it from your criminal record. It remains on your Secretary of State driving record for the same amount of time it would in any other instance. And so it only is removed from your criminal record, but that is what most employers look at when they are deciding whether or not to employ someone.
Will expunging my OWI enable me to apply for a CDL, or commercial driver's license?
No. Expunging your OWI from your criminal record, again, does not remove it from your driving record. And so you may still be ineligible to apply for a CDL license going forward. One additional thing to note is that any conviction where you were driving a vehicle with someone under the age of 16 and you were found to be impaired or intoxicated is also not eligible for expungement. However, whether you were intoxicated, visibly impaired, intoxicated by liquor or drugs, or any other controlled substance, you would still be eligible to take advantage of the new expungement law. I'm Mike Norman.
And I'm John Trummer with the law offices of Barton Morris.
Thank you for watching our video today. Check out our other videos on our website, YouTube, and Facebook for more information on criminal law in Michigan.